About a month later, Crypt exposed Dax for his verse's laziness and how fake he was behind others' backs, especially with Dax's real thoughts that the song was whack.
And the thing that irritates me the most is that
What the fuck? And Dax pushing because he was cool when we met. My G, when I had 50K subs and I put a video out, I would spend literally days sending it manually to thousands of people myself on all my platforms with individual messages that had their specific handle in it. So it was personalized. Even at 1 million subs, I still sent out thousands of video clips for kids to post myself. I had a song with OT Genesis and that nigga didn't say shit about it. First song I didn't with Hobson, that nigga didn't say shit about it. It took that whole I took that hoe and made it blow myself. Never even asked them niggas to share it. Every kid who's ever complained to me about not sharing a feature is the same kids who don't end up doing shit. I didn't share Four Horsemen because it wasn't something I wanted to share. I didn't like or believe in the song at all. Then why did you do it then? Oh, and this is the message he sent to Screw. Why would you do this fucking song then? What was the point of doing the song if you didn't believe in the song, you didn't like the song? What the fuck was the point then? You know what I'm saying? What was the point of doing this? Did you do it just to do it, I guess? And then you're just gonna say shit to the guys after they put all their work and effort into making that song and you diss them on the song and you're talking shit about how you didn't like the song, you didn't believe in it. Then why did you do the song then, motherfucker? Yes, he's back, guys. We're back here again. This one is from the channel Matty Balls. Yes, I know. Matty Balls, yes. You will click on the description to Matty Balls' video that I'm reacting to. You will go support Matty Balls. You will give it a like. You will like Matty Balls. You will subscribe to Matty Balls. Yes, you're going to be subscribed to Matty Balls. And you're going to receive notifications that if somebody ever looks over your phone and says, new video from Matty Balls drop, you're going to watch that with pride. Okay. All right, I'm done being stupid. This is YouTuber Matty Balls. It's the internet's corniest rapper gets worse, and we're talking about Dax. I haven't. I know of Dax, and I've been familiar with Dax over the years, mainly during that time where people were making a meme about how he was a janitor and how he used to rap a lot about how he used to be a janitor. Also, that time he got punked into apologizing to Tory Lanez for some shit that he said on Twitter, and then that video got put up of him getting punked and being forced to apologize to Tory Lanez. So yeah, that's Dax. I don't really know how he's gotten worse since then, but we're about to find out. Like I said at the start, click the link at the description for the source of the video. Go support the original creator, like the video, subscribe to the channel, go support this guy, and like and subscribe to this video and this channel. Get the notification for more reactions. Also, check out other reaction videos I have on the channel. I got plenty of videos. I'm starting to increase the content level, starting to bulk record a lot more. So there's going to be a lot more content dropping. So you guys are going to have plenty of fill. Anytime you need to just chill out, anytime you're on a car ride, you need something to listen to, something funny, something interesting, getting a lot of content. You'll be able to go through all that. And this is going to be another part of that catalog. The corniest, the internet's corniest rapper gets worse. Dax.
Dax is a rapper, singer, and songwriter who is fairly successful with hundreds of millions of streams and a handful of awards. But if there's anything more prominent than his accolades, it's the fact that he is extremely corny.
All right. First impressions. Dax has lost his fucking mind. Right off the bat, within the first 2.5 minutes of me recording, within the first 15 seconds, Dax has lost his fucking mind. All right.
You're insane. You're in pain. I can tell by what you're saying, but.
Dax has grown to be a huge artist for many reasons, both good and bad, with the majority of people treating him as a meme, but not everyone sees Dax that way. He does have, albeit small, a strong core fan base. And to understand how he's become so successful despite being known as a corny meme rapper, we have to dig a little deeper. I covered Dax about 2 years ago, but I think since then he's grown to another level. I was mostly speaking on his past and how he's kind of evolved, which I'm also going to rehash in this video, but after seeing the direction he's gone in since that video, I definitely had to step in and add more. Anyways, Dax
Yep.
is an artist who has been viral on short form platforms over the past few years for his corny music and strange marketing.
Hello? Why you act like a little ass bitch? Hello? Hello? You can hear me, right?
Because I gave you too many chances to understand that pain sounds different when it's coming from a man. I needed somewhere to take my mistakes. I didn't want my family to see me cry. You're insane. You're in pain. My bad. Sorry. I forgot you were fragile.
I mean, look at this song about alcoholism, a very serious topic, with the caption, "Can anyone relate?"
Why didn't anybody tell me that alcohol was a drug? That who you are as a man is never enough.
But before he was making corny skits on TikTok and talking about alcoholism, Dax was first popping on YouTube. It all started back in 2016 when Dax dropped his first song on YouTube. Well, sort of. The song was called One Dance Spoken Word, and like it says in the title, it was more of a spoken word than a true rap song. Throughout 2016, Dax continued to release more songs, spoken words, and also remixes of other songs, which did especially well. These included his renditions of songs like Designer's Timmy Turner, which he changed to Hilly Hilly Clinton, and Foster the People's Pumped Up Kicks, which he made a Hooper version of. But Dax really got his big break in 2017 following the release of his song Cash Me Outside. The track was a play on the extremely popular Cash Me Outside girl Danielle Bregoli, and the song ended up getting him 22 million views. Pretty quickly, Dax noticed that, hey, I'm putting out these regular songs, but these songs that are remixes are doing way better, so I'm just gonna keep doing that. He took full advantage of it, completely leaning into his strength. He continued doing goofy remixes with versions of songs like Look at Me by X, Mask Off by Future, and Shape of You by Ed Sheeran. And yes, you saw that right, his Look at Me remix was about getting cheated on. During his early career, he was also putting out his
Hey, man. What artist hasn't made a song about getting cheated on? You know, it wouldn't be the first time. But knowing how Dax has been given the corny label, it's probably looked a certain way. The fact that he made a song about getting cheated on. So they probably looked at it as like a fucking loser.
own music, like his own unique stuff, but that just wouldn't do nearly as well. And I think while there's a lot of negatives to point out about Dax's music, it's hard to say objectively it's all bad. And I know I know a lot of you might think that's crazy to say, but I think Dax did have potential as an artist, especially if he was trying to make actual music and evolve and talk about things he cared about. But he decided to trend hack instead. Trend hacking is a new age term that you'll see people like myself doing, but it's where something is popular so you decide to hop on the trend, like making a video covering the news, or in Dax's case, making a song about the Cash Me Outside girl. And he would continue to do this throughout his whole career. And around this time, his style of rap was in high demand, in part due to something else that was happening in the mid-2010s. This was the blow-up of rappers like Lil Uzi, Yachty, Kodak, Cardi, Lil Pump, and a bunch of other guys in that genre. These guys were putting out a different style of rap, which was not focused as much on lyrics, but giving more attention to the production, the vibes, the melodicness of the song. And you guys might remember, but there were quite a few people who did not like this style of music. Eventually,
It was a lot of people, especially the generations of rap that came before that year. Because I grew up in high school during that era, so that was played heavily through the halls of my high. These music, jeez, I can't talk, was playing all throughout the halls of my high school. So, and yeah, the generations of rap before this era came, they were not fucking with this, not at all. They still to this day shit on this era of rap.
labeling it mumble rap.
That's what's wrong right now. Everybody trying to rap the same style with the, I don't know who created it, if it was Future or Migos, but all them niggas sound the same.
What do you think about where things are with the artists coming up? Well, and it's not all of them, because there's definitely rappers out here who spin bars. Like, it's not all the young kids, but there is what's the kid? Lil Yachty, Lil Uzi Vert.
Yeah.
They're like, yo, we're not rappers. We just we're artists, or we're just rock stars.
We call it mumble rap.
Oh, so y'all got a name for it?
Yeah, me and my homies. I mean, it ain't no disrespect to the little homies, but like they know what's up. They say they don't want to rap, you know what I mean? But it's cool for now.
In a weird way, somewhat out of like retaliation, the lyrical YouTube rapper era was born. And I'm not talking about raps put out by guys like Rice Gum or Jake Paul. I'm talking about people like Crypt, Quidecca, Dax, of course, and others like that. At one point, this genre even put out a song called Death to Mumble Rap, which pretty much sums up a lot of the style's energy.
That's you! That's you! That is you! That's...
Well, the music was very forced and at times cringy, probably at most times, it still appealed to a handful of rap fans who wanted more lyricism and fast flows, which is why it succeeded. And Dax became one of this genre's fastest growing stars. As time went on, Dax's fan base continued to grow significantly. He got so popular that he even worked with bigger names like OT Genesis, Futuristic, and Hobson. This was alongside the continued release of his remixes as well. With his understanding of the YouTube algorithm, Dax was able to use trends to his advantage and constantly go viral.
Or I can do what I gotta do to gain an audience, and once they come to my shit, they'll see that, oh man, this motherfucker is actually talented. So I'm like, hey, you know, this YouTube route is good. I don't want to be a YouTuber, but I can use my skills to make songs and diss tracks on some of these guys to where the songs still sound like actual songs, but they're diss tracks at the same time.
His strategy was simple. Post some
So basically, remix a popular a song that's popping, use it kind of like a diss track, and then once they see that you're doing diss track, like, oh, who's this guy dissing this, and then they're gonna see the rest of your stuff and see how much of a talented artist you are. So you're trying to find a way to get. It seems like he was gonna try in any trend to get him the attention to get more people to come see. Basically, somebody doing like a clickbait title, or clickbait thumbnail, in order for get people to come watch their stuff and go check out the rest of their content. Basically, that's basically what Dax was doing.
some trendy content which he knew would blow up, and immediately after post some original songs in hopes of using the spotlight to grow his own brand.
After I put out a diss track, I'd throw one of my own songs in there. You know, for example, like people don't understand, like I Want is a hit song. It's almost got 3 million views, you know what I mean? So that's like another, you know, hit right there. So I would use different tactics in order to like prepare myself for the next jump, the next move, all that stuff.
Around this time, Dax went on a bit of a hot streak with songs like She Cheated Again, Rap God Freestyle, Kill Shot Freestyle, and more, with these songs racking in millions and
Bro,
millions.
you're gonna make another song about a girl cheating on you? Wait, so is this the same girl cheating again, or is this a different girl who's cheating on you? Either way, bro, this is. You ever think you ever just picking the wrong girl, my man? You ever think you just picking the wrong type of girl, my nigga? Because she cheated again, bro. At that point, she cheats a third. If you make she cheated a third time, and be like, all right, nigga, it's your fault. It's your fault. You won't walk away. It's kind of your fault at this point.
Millions of views. In good old YouTube rap fashion, he also had some brief beefs and back and forths between people like him and KSI. His beef with KSI all started.
You got no beef with KSI, dude. No diss to KSI, but bro, you're getting a rap beef with KSI? That's not an accomplishment. Maybe during this time when he was coming up it was, but that's not an accomplishment to get in a beef with KSI, not even close.
Because KSI dissed him on a podcast.
I mean, I guess there's Dax, but like
I didn't know him. That's it.
I mean, but he's a poor man's Hobson, and Hobson is the poor man's Eminem.
And
so
Eminem
why
is
would
a poor man's Kendrick.
and Eminem's a poor man's
I
Kendrick.
don't think
So
that, just so you
why
know.
would
Poor man's Kent. That's why I've never heard anybody say Eminem's a poor man's Kendrick. That's kind of weird. Even though Eminem, I'm gonna just ignore him right here. I'm just gonna ignore that guy.
anyone want to listen to a poor man?
And I know calling Eminem a poor man's Kendrick is crazy. We get it. But as a result, the shots they took at each other during their beef grew Dax's following even further and got him more attention. All of these views and all of this attention appeared to go to Dax's head though, because in 2019 he stirred up some beef with a fellow YouTube rapper, which worsened the public's opinion on Dax. In January of 2019, a song called Four Horsemen with a YouTube rapper named Crypt, Dax, Quedeca, and Screw was released. The track was a hit among their fans. But little did they know that behind the scenes, Dax felt
I love
as
how he
if was
specified it was a hit among their fans. Yeah, it was a hit for their fans, I guess.
on a whole nother level compared to the guys on the song. He even went as far as adding a little sneak diss in the verse where he says, 3 people on a song with the GOAT. About a month later, Crypt exposed Dax for his verse's laziness and how fake he was behind others' backs, especially with Dax's real thoughts that the song was whack.
And the thing that irritates me the most is that
What the fuck? And Dax pushing because he was cool when we met. My G, when I had 50K subs and I put a video out, I would spend literally days sending it manually to thousands of people myself on all my platforms with individual messages that had their specific handle in it. So it was personalized. Even at 1 million subs, I still sent out thousands of video clips for kids to post myself. I had a song with OT Genesis and that nigga didn't say shit about it. First song I didn't with Hobson, that nigga didn't say shit about it. It took that whole I took that hoe and made it blow myself. Never even asked them niggas to share it. Every kid who's ever complained to me about not sharing a feature is the same kids who don't end up doing shit. I didn't share Four Horsemen because it wasn't something I wanted to share. I didn't like or believe in the song at all. Then why did you do it then? Oh, and this is the message he sent to Screw. Why would you do this fucking song, man? What was the point of doing the song if you didn't believe or you didn't believe in the song, you didn't like the song? What the fuck was the point then? You know what I'm saying? What was the point of doing this? Did you do it just to do it, I guess? And then you're just gonna say shit to the guys after they put all their work and effort into making that song, and you diss them on the song, and you're talking shit about how you didn't like the song, you didn't believe in it. Then why did you do the song then, motherfucker?
He said he didn't like the song or believe in it at all. Even though he's telling me in messages that it's fire and that it's legendary, he's excited.
Oh wow. The song video is dropping Wednesday for sure. Okay, bet. Excited. Email me finished song so I can say to my he's trying to say drive. Here's a really rough version of the video. Missing Screw section. I haven't timed it perfectly, but do you want anything specific done in your section? So why are you telling Screw you didn't like the song, you didn't believe in it, but you're telling him you're excited about it? Like what the fuck is going on, Dax? Oh, that's weird.
For the video to drop, send me the song so I can put it in my drive. But then behind my back saying that he doesn't like the song at all, doesn't believe in it, the video and audio is not up to quality and all this other shit. It's like, bro, if you don't like the fucking song, tell me.
People weren't too fond of the guy who seemed to be a motivational, nice guy, acting like this behind the scenes, and people became much more critical of Dax as well. They started honing in on cocky lines in his songs, like when he said,
in about a year. I promise I win a Grammy. I promise I win.
I promise
Oscar.
I'm gonna be one of the biggest in about a year.
That didn't happen.
I promise I'll win a Grammy.
No, he didn't.
I promise I'll win an Oscar. But
he didn't win that shit either.
Still, this was all just in the YouTube rap scene, which was relatively small with not a lot of involvement with mainstream artists. And the cockiness must have gone to Dax's head because he felt he could take a shot at Tory Lanez. It wasn't completely without reason, though.
I'm the best rapper alive right now. I will body any of y'all niggas. Oh yeah, 2019. This is when this happened. Damn, this was 6 years ago. Holy fuck.
He tweeted out that he was the best rapper alive, and
it's kind of ironic. 2019, Tory Lanez has this photo of Lucius Lyon recording the song in prison, and now he's doing a prison sentence in California for shooting meth. It's just weird foreshadowing that in 2019 and now that. I'm just saying that's wild work.
And he would body anyone else out. Dax viewed this tweet as a challenge and in turn released his diss track called I'm Not Joyner or Don Q. Honestly, this track sums up the YouTube rap era's energy pretty well because Dax was criticizing Tory for not making music about anything of substance, and obviously this didn't sit right with Tory. So when he ended up running into Dax outside of a club, he pressed him, forcing him to apologize.
Come here, this shit, all this shit.
Why is your shirt off, Dax? Also, the fact he called you and pressed you on social media for the whole world to see is crazy.
Not gonna end, my nigga. Or this shit's not gonna end. Apologize, bro. Apologize, bro. Or you know what's going on. Apologize, my nigga. Apologize, nigga. I got you, bro. Apologize, nigga. I got you, man. Say sorry, nigga. My bad for the diss track, sorry, G. Nigga. Sorry, G. All right, bet. I got you, G.
This whole ordeal was obviously pretty embarrassing for Dax and left him with his...
Wow, dude. That's... You not only got bitched, but you got bitched on live, and now the whole world saw you get bitched right after you made this diss track towards Tory Lanez. That's not a good look, Dax. Not a good look.
His pride hurt after apologizing to Tory. Later on, they were both interviewed about the run-in where Dax provided his side of the story.
So, what was going through your head when he was like telling you to apologize? Because that must
this
have
is
felt
what was going through my head. And
obviously, you're not really sorry, so that's the first important thing.
This is what's going through my head. I've always told myself, like, I'm never gonna let social media make me make dumb decisions. You know, I had done getting hit in the club. I had already sprinted a half fucking marathon. The world wants me to be a big dude and be like, nah, fuck you. But I'll be like, you know what? I gotta go home to my family and shit.
No. Just depending on what this happened in the diss track, they wanted you to have some type of energy, like keep the same energy that you had in the diss track. No. Like, they wanted you to keep the same energy and you folded. That's what happened. It's got nothing to do like being portrayed yourself as just as a big dog or something. They need to see you like crash out or anything like that, but just keep the same energy, bro. You felt how you felt in that diss track. Don't fold just because he's here now. Like, also, isn't Tory Lanez like 5'4"? Now, unless he had a bunch of dudes with him, I understand. But it's like Tory Lanez is like 5'4", like 115 pounds. I think you could have did something. I think you could at least, like, I don't think it would have been a scrap, but I don't think you would have got like fucked up by Tory Lanez. That's just me. But
I'm like, all right, bro, my bad. Say sorry. All right, bro, sorry. And then the shit was over.
Right.
And I encourage anybody in that situation to do the same thing. I'm gonna teach my son the same thing, because at the end of the day, man, social media is convincing too many people to act tough when they don't need to. And the same people that are telling you to act tough are the same people who will be saying RIP and that, oh, he should have just let it go.
The situation left many people divided, but regardless, since Dax wasn't a mainstream artist, most people who knew about him only knew him from the Tory run-in. And to make things worse, Dax claimed he was jumped in interviews, but Tory dispelled these rumors, claiming they were excuses to save his reputation. And it didn't seem to work, because even big names like Nav were calling him corny. Most people would call Nav corny, so to have the corny guy call you corny, I mean, it's just a lot of corniness at this point.
Nah, I can't. Nah, I just can't. It's like, come on, bro. This is corny. Ain't this the guy that said sorry to Tory Lanez or something? He looks familiar. Yeah, it is. He's crying over a girl that left him for another dude. Hey, you're an artist, bro. Like, you go get another one.
By this point, Dax was
and that's coming from Nav. I'm sorry, Nav is corny as fuck. And the fact oh, damn. He's like, come on, bro. Like, Nav has to be the one to try to pick you up. Imagine Nav is the motherfucker who has to try to pick you up. That should be like one of the levels of rock bottom for you as an artist. If Nav is trying to pick you up.
Considered a pretty big name on the internet, it wasn't without also being called a prideful, corny, and egotistical rapper. And while it seemed like things couldn't get much worse for Dax, they in fact did in 2019, where his public image took more hits. In 2019, the YouTuber Progress dropped a video titled Dax Stole a Lil Peep Verse and More. In this video, he broke down how Dax's song
Yes, we can do that. Please make sure when you send it to this PayPal, you send it as friends and family, so PayPal does not take a percentage out of the payment. This is the PayPal address you'll send it to. Please send me a screenshot once you have sent the $200. Okay, wait, Dax stole a Lil Peep verse. That's
Not Tonight featuring Lil Peep was actually stolen from the guy.
They had wanted me to send over a document to have Dax sign it in case I didn't like the feature he would have given me. But at the time, I viewed Dax as a good guy, somebody who I could really trust. I wouldn't say that I was dick riding him, but I was impressed, so I sent over the money with proof.
Who owned the legal rights to it. Pretty much what happened was Dax.
So what happens now? Once you have the song done, you will email me the song here with your first and last name in the subject line. We will not start the song until you have completed full payment. All right, sounds good. I'll be able to make the full payment in less than 2 weeks.
Dax wanted to feature on the song from the guy who owned it, but Dax said he needed the track with an open to get it through his management. Basically, an open means I need the song but with a verse with no lyrics on it. And then what Dax did is he put his verse on the open spot, changed the beat a little bit, made some other changes, and put it out as his own song. This was especially a bad look since he was trying to leverage Lil Peep's death for more attention. During this whole affair, Dax went as far as,
that's disgusting, dude. Are you serious? That's some sneaky, slimy shit to do that. Like, they're trying to work with you. They're trying to do the right thing to get you this verse, and then you just sneak behind their back, find a dishonest, slimy way of getting the verse out just to make money and make yourself well known off the back of Peep's death. That's fucking slimy. That's disgusting. Like Dax, that's some disgusting ass shit to do, bro. Like, for real.
Stealing clips from old Peep videos, putting them in his own music video to make it look as if this was a collaboration, when obviously...
Really, dude? Oh, Dax is a piece of fucking shit for that. That's a piece of shit fucking move to do. Really?
It was far from a collaboration. Shortly after dropping it though, the video was taken down, likely for copyright or maybe even for straight up hate. And this entire debacle was mostly forgotten about until Progress dropped a video covering it.
As Blaine told me directly, and other screenshots out there from others involved show, Dax begged to be on the song. And this was because he originally had declined because he didn't think Peep mattered at all. But after realizing that he tried to take advantage of it.
To make things worse,
so he didn't know Peep, figured figured out he was popular and then decided to be like, you know what, I want it. And then he snaked his way into getting basically a free little Peep verse using old Peep clips to make it seem like it was one whole music video that they were doing together. And then he had to take it down anyway. Fucking idiot.
Dax was also exposed for scamming fans in the video after promising a feature and not delivering.
From the start, the set price was not given. They intentionally told Dario to pay through PayPal friends and family, knowing he wouldn't be able to get purchase protection, wouldn't give the down payment back even though it was not specified that it was non-refundable, pressured him with saying his friends were wrong, and
they did it. This may be the biggest feature you ever get. You never know. Take advantage while it's cheap when you're gonna finish.
That this may be the biggest feature he ever gets. Refused to drive
my G, I can't just drive out to discuss business too far for that. Let me know.
less than an hour to sign a contract, which was—
Bro, less than an hour? Fucking lazy motherfucker. He tried to do any way he could to try to finesse this feature without doing as little work as possible to get this feature.
Was desperately needed at this point, and then tried to get
to come to diff price, my G. 600 left a feature. To drive out there a diff price, and that would have to be paid today and before I drive out with my team. If not, just send song and I'll finish it, then you can send rest of the
Dario to pay $2,000 without a contract to sign.
I'm gonna pay $2,002. Wow, Dax tried to get him to pay $2,000 with no contract. That's what?
A contract.
Basically, Dax just kept the guy's money and never delivered the feature. One fan commented, "After Dax was on that track with Hopsin, I became a fan. I'm not going to lie, I wanted to dislike your video at first, but you won me over by the end. Dax is a bad person for real. I'm no longer a fan." And this isn't the only time this has happened. Dax also allegedly stole money from someone a few years ago, as claimed by some people on.
My friend started a rap podcast, reached out to his manager, and agreed to do an interview with him. He charged $300 and my buddy paid it up front. When it came to show up, he bailed, then blocked my friend, pocketing the $300. This guy should not have 1 million plus listeners and followers.
Reddit, with others backing up.
Oh, so Dax has just been a slimy piece of shit when it came to stuff like this.
The claims as well with their own stories. I even
scanned me for a $500 feature. Wait, hold on.
Years ago, as claimed by some people on Reddit, with others backing up the claims as well.
Dax scammed me for a $500 feature. He sent back a 5-second verse. He says I got a suburban flow. Then proceeds to pronounce my name wrong. Pay him another $100 to promote the song. Then he blocked me, never posting anything. Okay, so this is a pattern for this motherfucker.
With their own stories. I even saw someone on YouTube.
I got a feature from Dax back in 2018 as an 18-year-old at the time. The rumors of him being a scam artist are true. He gave me a watered-down verse that didn't fit the song vibe, and it was noticeably a freestyle. I paid him just under 1K for 30 or 40 seconds of a half-assed rapping.
YouTube saying, "I got a feature from Dax back in 2018. As an 18-year-old kid at the time, the rumors of him being a scam artist are true. He gave me a watered-down verse that didn't fit the vibe of the song, and it was noticeably a freestyle. I paid him just under 1K for 30 to 40 seconds of half-assed rapping." Dax's lofty goal of becoming a Grammy and award-winning artist by the end of the year did not happen. Instead, his reputation was hurt. He was labeled as cocky. He got embarrassed by Tory Lanez, clowned on by Nav, exposed for scamming and stealing, tried to profit off of Lil Peep's death, and these are only the bigger things. The YouTube rap era was slowly falling apart, and Dax's music was losing an audience to listen to it. He desperately needed something to change in his career for him to recover, so that's what he did. Through the years, Dax was able to amass a core fan base large enough to still pull in millions of views for himself. He eventually released the EP I'll Say It For You and got some solid streaming numbers. The reason is because, like we discussed earlier, Dax decided to trend hack yet again, making more
I wonder what trend hack this one is now.
Melodic music that fit the time. He had a few songs where he jacked other rappers' styles, but this one was a pretty blatant Rod Wave copy.
I sit and cry in my room.
Bro, you couldn't even hide it. That is like, I've been broke so many times. Like, that's the vibe I got from the first couple words, dude. You couldn't even hide the shit. Listen to this.
It was a pretty blatant Rod Wave copy.
I sit and cry in my room.
What the fuck, man?
Heart's been broken, suffocating. How'd you do this? We were supposed to live in perfect harmony.
Yeah, biting the fuck off of Rod Wade's style, not even hiding it, dude. Dude.
I got half of you, you got all of me.
In 2021, he dropped his album Pain Paints Paintings. On Rate Your Music, it got a 1.2 out of 5 from 112 ratings, and on Album of the Year, it got a 17 out of 100 from 108 ratings. It had reviews like, as expected, corny and unlikable garbage. Good job, Dax, you clout-chasing numbnut. And I promise this is the worst album I have ever heard. Regardless though, this wasn't the end. Dax continued to keep doing things that only further cemented his corny nature to people outside of his fan base. Like in 2022 when he started doing the open verse challenge for his goofy song Joker. This was obviously very cringy, leading to a lot of—
What the fuck was that even supposed to be? You just like a joker using a bottle of Red Hot's hot sauce to the microphone for My bad. I'm just so confused about what the fuck that was supposed to be.
A lot of funny duets and things like that, and the song itself just sounds like something a weird kid in class would make. And I mean, the rapping isn't even good. Dax has done some decent rapping before, but this song was just bad. Someone asked on Reddit why Dax gets all this hate, and in response came a lot of answers. Has anyone mentioned he's corny yet? Very cheesy, lyrical, miracle, spiritual, individual type of rapper. Dude can rap his ass off, he's just too try-hard and sweaty. I looked at cover art for Joker and listened to about 20 seconds of it and found out why he's corny. The thing is, Dax has always been the same at the core. He never changed. His corniness didn't really get any worse, and he was always this way. It was just that his scope got bigger. That and his audience outgrew him. A lot of the young people who were listening to these lyrical, spiritual, miracle YouTube rappers got older and were like, I don't really want to listen to this anymore. So again, because copying Rod Wave wasn't working, and his old style was out of date, like a chameleon, Dax had to adapt. Dax continued putting out songs until he put out the track Dear Alcohol, which was a smash hit and his biggest song to date. I didn't even realize this, but that song actually went platinum, which is crazy. And after dropping Dear Alcohol, there was clearly a major shift in Dax's attitude towards the music industry. Sure, he had done the emotional sort of songs before, but nothing had hit this hard, and I bet he was wondering why. Well, it was for a couple of reasons. First of all, the music itself was a bit more country-esque, stepping outside of his comfort zone and likely attracting a new audience. Which is interesting to note because he only started making country once country started hitting the charts again like crazy. Second, this song—
Or trend hopping, my dude. Not even trend hopping in your own genre either, bro. Come on now.
had a very specific target audience, and that was people who struggled with alcoholism. I'm guessing that Dax figured out that making songs about sensitive issues for groups of people who struggle with certain things was the method, so he kept doing it. Do you have depression? Don't worry, Dax has a song about it. Are you a man who struggles with mental health but feel like you can't talk about it to others because you're a man? Well, Dax has you covered. Are you a Christian who feels that the world is falling apart? Well, Dax has a song for you. Are you someone who is lonely and on a dirt road? I don't know, but Dax has a song about it. Are you an insecure man who thinks all women are out to get you? Dax has a song for you. Dax has multiple songs about all of these sub-niches of people who are either struggling with mental health, insecurity, addicted to something, basically just vulnerable people. And that is who he makes those songs for. Also, I didn't know where this would fit into my video, but Dax has or is on a record label called Records Label, and I just thought that was really funny. Because of how all of these topics are super important to these people, who probably feel as if popular music doesn't speak to them, they become loyal fans. Like someone commented on one of his tracks, I have never
been felt so connected to an artist on this one. Oh God.
Felt so connected to an artist than this man right here. I'm 32 years old and he is redefining music for me in a way I never thought possible. I saw another comment on Reddit that said, getting mainstream play as a rapper becomes exceedingly difficult when your entire discography revolves around the themes that Dax raps about. Few rappers today find success rapping about family, God, mental health, and substance use, let alone venturing into country music like Dax. Definitely a weird post, but there's a lot of people that feel this way about Dax's music. They feel as if he's the only person speaking on mental health or family or—
He's not, though. And he also wouldn't be talking about this if he didn't see it as a trend that he could hop on to make himself more mainstream. Like, he wouldn't hop on this if he didn't think it could lead to more people listening to his music. He's just hopping on this because it's a trend to do. So I guess people don't really know. I guess those people don't know about Dax's history enough that they don't know this is what he's doing. I don't know.
Addiction when that simply isn't the case. His comments are the type of people that are like, I'm 23 and I don't know how to explain these feelings I have. Thank you, Dax, lyrical genius. You're helping generations more than you think. Or military for 17 years and every song hits home. Just wanted to say these are spreading like a wildfire here amongst my friends. He even gets the type of like classic YouTube comment that's no naked women, no drugs, no guns, no alcohol, just raw talent, like that type of stuff. And I'm not sure how many of these comments are real. I'm sure a chunk of them are bots, but they are all just like this. Regardless, the vibe I've got from these comments is that his fans feel like popular music doesn't speak to them, and I don't think that's the case. I mean, listen to Swimming Pools by Kendrick Lamar. It is literally about alcoholism and peer pressure from your friends and family, and that song wasn't too on the nose or corny. It was a good song that sounded great and did numbers. So maybe it's because that song wasn't super direct, like it wasn't literally titled Dear Alcohol. Maybe Dax's fans don't realize that there are better sounding songs out there about these topics, or maybe they can't understand the lyrics. I don't know. And I'm not trying to make fun of his fans here, but I am curious as to how some of these people think that Dax is the only option when it comes to this sort of music. And when I think about it, the only possible explanation that I can think of is the fact that they don't realize or understand that a lot of popular artists talk about these things as well. Regardless, Dax has clearly realized that there is a decent sized audience of people out there who are struggling with all sorts of things and feel like no one is speaking to their problems, even if there are people talking about that stuff and they don't realize it. So Dax decides to do it himself. I think a great example of this is his song Lonely Dirt Road. The lyrics go, I needed somewhere to take my mistakes. I didn't want my family to see me cry. They'll never know I'm carrying all of this weight, dealing with the pressure of trying to provide. Who do you think this appeals to? Maybe a dad with a wife and kids? I saw someone call it divorced dadcore, and with the skits that he made to accompany the song, that sounds about right. But I'm willing to bet that Dax isn't a divorced dad, so most likely he's pandering to an audience. This just makes his music come off as content marketed to a demographic, not actual art. Even if the music was good, him making all of these TikToks and skits to promote it, which works by the way, really seems to cheapen the music. I was just doing a video and talked about how Paul McCartney didn't want the Beatles music in commercials because he felt that it cheapened it. Now imagine putting your song in a million corny TikTok skits every single day. Like, look at this one that says, can anyone relate? Broken heart crying emoji. Anyway, Diary of an Alcoholic just dropped on YouTube. Like, I don't think a real alcoholic is gonna cheapen and like trivialize such a serious topic so often. I honestly wouldn't be surprised if it came out that Dax has never had a drink in his life. But his grift doesn't stop there. Not only has Dax gone from corny YouTube rapper to anti-mumble rap lyrical spiritual miracle rapper to emotional mental health Rod Wave knockoff, but there's another demographic that likes his painfully bland and corny.
What the fuck is this? What is this, fucking military Dax? He's got a song for this too?
Music, one that he targets quite a bit. Dax has a handful of songs with Tom MacDonald, who is
oh, fuck, here we go. You can't say trying to hop in if you don't talking about being a MAGA rapper. You can't talk about it. Oh, fuck. I don't even know why I didn't think about this. I'm like, well, what's the ultimate trend hopping than being a MAGA rapper? Like, wow.
Notorious on the internet for being a corny MAGA rapper. Most of his fans give me the impression that they're the type to say, I don't like rap, but I like Tom MacDonald. They claim
Yeah, that's a lot of people.
that all rap, except for people like Tom MacDonald or Dax, only talks about drugs, violence, and women, whereas Dax and Tom speak the truth. I mean, they even have a song together called Blame the Rappers, where the chorus goes, you can blame the rappers that you blow up, but your favorite songs are about doing drugs. So what happens after these kids grow up? Regardless, these songs are also pretty political, with some like Propaganda appealing to people who I guess are super paranoid that literally everything is propaganda, or the song Black and White where Dax rapped, I'm not that mad at the past. I mean, it was only a couple of centuries. Well, actually,
what the fuck? Well, actually, I'm pissed, but won't let that be my identity. So, on behalf of all blacks, what the fuck? On behalf of all blacks, first of all, I don't know. First of all, I don't understand a black person referring to other black people as blacks. I don't like being referred to as blacks because that's like here's the air one. I look at your friend like, why did you say blacks? Why not black people? So the fact he said, and first of all, you don't speak on behalf of all black people. You really don't, Dax. This nigga, he really wants to be on as a rapper so much. He really, really wants to be on. Like to an alarming degree, he wants to be on as a rapper.
And I'm pissed, but won't let that be my identity. So on behalf of all blacks, I forgive and don't want to be enemies. I just think it's crazy that he spoke for an entire race of people. But regardless, I don't think I need to explain who these songs are marketed toward. Most recently, they put out a song called Soldier where Tom jumpstarts his verse with "My pronouns are he, him, his," and claims that the hardest job in the world is being a man. It becomes very apparent that Dax makes extremely niche music for a niche of people who have mental health struggles, addiction struggles, insecurity, or things along these lines.
All right, bro. What kind of beat we tracking to? Bro, are you okay?
Yeah, just going through a lot lately.
You can talk to me, bro. Is it a girl? Family stuff?
No.
Work? Your job?
Honestly, there's nothing you can do, man. Just load up a sad beat and let me get this off my chest, alright?
What Dax is doing now is really no different than when he was just remixing songs or jacking other artists' styles, like the Rod Wave song. The problem with Dax is that he isn't an artist. He doesn't have his own style. He morphs to the situation. He has potential as a musician if he made actual art, but he doesn't. He makes content marketed towards certain demographics, and he doesn't even treat his own music seriously. As you can see by the multitude of his TikTok skits, he doesn't care about how his art is perceived. Dax has shown time and time again that he isn't an artist, but someone who is calculated, making songs for a target audience. He doesn't care how corny it is to the majority of us because he is profiting off of communities who are going through things, making disingenuous music about these struggles. And I wouldn't put it past the proven scammer and the guy who stole a Lil Peep song to also grift or be a phony or a fraud in his music. Now, I don't want a moral grandstand or anything here. I really don't think what he's doing is like super wrong. I don't think it's the worst thing ever. I don't particularly care for it, but I don't really care if he keeps doing what he's doing. I just think it's fascinating that there's an audience out there that really enjoys this music, like truly, and that he's figured that out and knows how to perfectly market towards them. And to most of us, it just seems like he's a corny guy who fell off, but in reality, he's profiting significantly off of this. Dax is the biggest he's ever been, with a platinum and a gold song in the last 2 years, something that's pretty much unheard of from anyone else to come from the YouTube rap community. So clearly he's doing something right. If you like this video, you might like my video about the craziest non-rap diss tracks of all time, which is a fascinating video about some non-rap diss tracks. Anyways, if you enjoyed, please make sure to leave a like and subscribe down below as well.
Like he said, leave a like and subscribe. Go support Matty Balls. It was a really good video. I really enjoyed it. I didn't know Dax was getting this wild lately. I didn't know this is the type of time Dax is on. But hey, he on some slimy, disgusting, dishonest shit. Fucking clout chaser, trend hopper, just What a disappointment Dax turned out to be. Thought he was just corny, but what a disappointment he actually turned out to be. Oh. Well, that's it for me, guys. I'm about done with Dax. Disgusting. Like the video. I like the video my video, but also click the link below for the source of this video. Go to Matty Balls channel, like this video to support it. I'll see you guys next time for another reaction. Keep those notifications on. Subscribe to the channel. We're gonna be here. You know I'm gonna be back here. Peace.